I can't see myself again, so I'll just have to know that you're there and I'm here. This is supposed to be the first installment of my little ramble, and I can't remember exactly where I'm supposed to start off since the ramble starts on the second part. But now I could just tell you that I don't know if the reason why I do what I do is because of what I went through several years ago, which the explanation is on the second video. I'm sorry to mess you guys all around like that, but anyway, I only started this last year, and I found something on the internet that looked like a whole lot of fun. And that was to play the ukulele. And I found this, my very first ukulele site was by a woman named, well, her YouTube name is Poopy Lung Stuffing. And she's eclectic, and she, in her dress and in her personality and in her music, but she always plays the ukulele. And sometimes hula hoops at the same time. And so she inspired me, and I have learned several songs on the ukulele over the 2 years. And then, okay, you know it takes years and years to get pretty good at something, but then last year I found a nice crochet site with a very, very good teacher. And so I decided to start crocheting. I hung up the ukulele for a few months, which wasn't a good idea, but I picked it right back up where I left off when I realized that I wasn't playing it anymore. And so now I'm playing the ukulele, and my crocheting is sitting right over there in a basket. I'm in the middle of a project, and it's really hard, and that may be the reason that I put it aside for a little while. But now what interrupted those two things was a normal thing for this time of year, and that's gardening. But I've picked the ukulele back up because I found a really cool song to learn, and that is Ram On by Paul McCartney. And it only has 4 chords, and I can play them, but I need to get the timing down. And one day I might get up the nerve to play this song and the other songs that I have learned. I've already shown you a couple of my crochet pieces, but those were like 15 stitches wide, and now I'm working on something that's 30 stitches wide, and it's a little harder. But I'm wondering if I'm starting something and having a hard time finishing, learning, not finishing, but keeping on and keeping on steadily without starting something new. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if that has anything to do with any of the bad things that happened to me in life. I don't know. I used to be a lot more steady about learning new things, like languages. Like, I learned French all the way through, start to finish, never stopped, ever stopped speaking it. And I'm trying to do Spanish the same way. I had 4 semesters of Spanish and continue to try to speak it now, and I've picked it up from the people in my neighborhood, and I've been here for 15 years. I mean, you'd think I would be fluent. I'm not, but I can understand them, and they can understand me to a point where we can communicate. But all the fancy stuff, like, I don't know, conditional tense, and which is harder than past tense, and subjunctive, and all of those things, I can only say one subjunctive case in one verb. And so that's kind of pitiful. But anyway, so I rarely fall anymore. I have a nice helmet, which you've seen me wear. When I was in the car accident about 3 weeks ago, my head did not get injured at all because the kind of foam it's made of takes the impact and spreads it out evenly over the whole helmet, so it absorbs all the energy from the whole helmet. And I was hit right on top of the head, but and it hurt. I felt it, but it didn't hurt bad, and the whole helmet impacted that jolt. So it was worth the money, but I haven't fallen the same way that I do with the others. One time I fell and I was very surprised, but I didn't fall quite all the way, but I had a hard time getting up, so I knew that was seizure activity. Didn't hurt myself. Well, anyway, that's enough depressing stuff. And where this is coming from was that I realized that a lot of my movies lately have been kind of silly or really upbeat. And there was a question on somebody's tag, are we the same on YouTube that we are in real life? And my answer would have to be no. So, and that is how I would, excuse me, that is how I would answer that tag question. I'm not doing that tag. I just thought I would give you a little peek through a window into the private world of Genmama 1955. And with that, I wish you a good evening and a good night. Bye. Goodbye, YouTube.